This is where I like to start out with building my application before we start getting into the code. Now that we have this, we can kind of get an idea of the components that make up our application. And if we look at these things that we keep seeing like user, we see post, we see register, post, comment, post, community. We can kind of start to see these nouns. And if you're familiar with object-oriented programming, the idea is an application is built up of different nouns and different components and pieces. And so if we think about it, if we just look at our application here, let's just take a look at a post. What do we have a post here? This one's kind of distracting, so let's look at a, let's see here. I kind of want to, here we go. This is a comment. Okay, here we go. So this is a post here. So let's look at what a post has. So a post has a title, okay? What is a title? A title is a string, which is like a collection of letters. So a post, we'd write this right here. We'd say is a title, and we'll say string. Okay, has a title and a string. A post also has like a link here. This is an image, but we also saw videos. So we can say like maybe has a body, and we're not exactly sure what that's going to be yet. Okay, we have a post, and then this post has a user. Okay, so then we have a user, and this is a user here. We're going to come back to that in a second. What else does a post have? A post has upvotes. Post has votes. What do you say? Votes. Votes. Post has comment. Okay. Post has many comments. Comments. Okay. Comment. Okay. And we can keep going through down this way and keep going through what we're doing here. But let's go to we have the post. Now let's go to a comment. So let's look at a comment here. A comment has, it's going to have a date because we know when it was made. So if we go here, you can say comment. Okay. So comment we said is a date. Date. And then we also have a author. So an author. We have an author. And that's just a user. And then we also have the body of the comment here, okay? So we have body. Now typically when we're using the word string, typically strings are smaller in Rails, and if we want to have a lot more room, we'd usually use something called text, okay? So we have body text, and then we also have, votes too, okay? We have votes. And a comment can also have comments too. So like this comment right here has comments, but a comment is also related to a post too. Okay, so now that might be a kind of a little bit different. So we have a post here. Okay, now look, if we look, we're starting to see how the app already is starting to tie together. A post has comments. It's a comment here, and a comment has these things here. And then so we'd also probably have like a user, which would have a username. And then we'd have like email. Okay. And this is how we can start understanding how we want to build our application. So now we know what kind of data we're going to be working with in our application. And now this makes it a whole lot easier to get started instead of just jumping in the code. So we know that these are the different parts that make up of our code. And we also have votes too, but this makes it much easier to start and get into the code. So now we can start and say, when we want to start writing code, for example, we have user can view a post. Okay, that's something we want to do, but we also have a user here and we have a post here. So now we need to make this user object, and then we need to make a post object, and then we need to be able to say user make post like this, and some comment like really create post. Something like that. And now we're starting to see the models or the classes that we need to make, and then also the functions that we're going to have to make, or the methods that we make. So now we're seeing the parts that make up our application, the nouns, the classes, and then also the verbs that the nouns can do, like make post. These are the methods.